So we're going to do our next equivalence lesson. So this time we're looking at thirds. This is one member or one piece from the family of 3. The numerator is 1. And the denominator that tells us how many pieces we need to make a whole circle is 3. So these are thirds. We're going to see if we can find another way of making thirds. Something with equal value. We call that equivalence. So we have 1/3. Let's put it here, 1/3. We're going to see, we can't make it with a half. It's already pretty clear to me that a half is way bigger than a third, so that's not going to work. So let's have a look and see, can we make a third with some fourths or quarters? Fourths have a special name too. We also call them quarters. So we have 1/3. Let's take our quarter or our fourth and see if we can use fourths. So we have 1/4 and we have this little piece. So is it going to fit? No, it's way too big. So we cannot make a third with fourths. So now we'll try with fifths. So here we have 1/5. Again, we'll build it on top, line up the edges. There's 1/5 and we have this piece. And here's the size of the fifth. So do you think it's going to fit, or do you think it's going to be too big? You can tell it's going to be too big. It doesn't fit there. You see the edge? So we cannot make a third with fifths either. I wonder, can we make a third with sixths? And again, think skip count families. Most of you can figure this out. So there's 1/6. Let's see if the other sixth will fit in this space. It looks like it might. Let's see. Does it work? Yes, it does. So we have our 2/6 there, and our 2/6 are the same as 1/3. And we can see that more clearly on the table. There we have our 2/6. And if you're not sure, you can always take this and put it on top. It's a little hard to do it up in the air, but we can see that 1/3 is equivalent to 2/6. So again, we write our number, 1/3. So 1 is our numerator, 3 is our denominator. So we have it here, 1/3. And we're going to say that's equivalent to 2/6. So we have 2 pieces from our family of 6. So we can say 1/3 is equivalent to 2/6. And we can label them. One-third, 2/6, and we can put our special sign in between. Our equal sign with 3 lines that stands for equivalence. That means equal value. They take up the same space. So 1/3 is equivalent to 2/6. And we keep going. Let's try sevenths. Here's our third. And let's put our sevenths on there. And then we have this big space. Do you think this is going to fill that whole space, or it's too small? It's too small. Do you think we'd fit another one there? No, we wouldn't. The space is too small. So we cannot use sevenths. What about eighths? Let's try eighths. So we have 2/8, and we have this space, and we're going to see, can we fit this 1/8 in there? And no, it doesn't work. You can see on the back, it doesn't work. It's too big. So we cannot use 1/8. I wonder, can we use 9ths? Let's see. Think of your skip count songs. See what you think before I do it. Okay, so here's 1/3. Let's put our ninths on. There's 1, 2, and yes, we can fit our 3/9 on our third. So just like we put for our 2/6, we're going to label our 3/9. Oh, they keep sticking to my fingers and to my blanket. Okay, so we have 9 for our denominator. Denominator is the number down on the bottom, and that means it takes 9 pieces to make the whole circle. And we have 1, 2, 3. Our numerator tells us how many pieces we have. 3 members of the family of 9, or 3/9. And we're going to say that 3/9 are equivalent to 2/6 and also to 1/3. So I'm going to cut out my little tickets here and put our equivalence sign. We only have one more category in our actual fractions, and these are tenths. And we'll see if they work. What do you think? There's 1/10, 2/10, and we have this space. Let's put this in. So now it looks like this, and we have this little sliver. Do you see that? It didn't work, did it? They were not the same. So tenths don't work. I'm going to ask you to think of your skip count kit. Remember? 3, 6, 9, 12. Do you remember that one? So if you want to go past the ninths, you can figure those out yourself. Now, some of the things you can do with these equivalence charts is trace your pieces. You can trace them on paper or cut them out and glue them on paper if you have the printouts, and make posters, make some little charts of these, and you can decorate around the edges and try and see if you can write equivalence at the top. Remember, if it's the title of your work, it needs an uppercase E. Why don't you explore equivalence for fourths and fifths and things yourself, and see if you can go further than tenths in all of these. Okay, so I hope you enjoy working on equivalence. Bye-bye.